by installing GRE, JDK, and this one, which is the community one. So don't forget, it's the community one, exactly the free version. Maybe it lets me, no. And as a screenshot, look, it's exactly this one. Naziwa. Let's see. It will be here. Lab started. 81. Good. Then what you will be having is the diagram which is placed here. So always you start from the isolated class or its address or its card, such that, let's delete all this, will be a private string name. After that, it's a private int number. It's another meeting for a project in parallel. Hello. Let's see. All right, and now what you have to do is the magic with the generate. So you go to generate, you have the constructor, you keep control pressed, and you have OK. And you will have the generate of getter setter again with the control, and you have all. One was missed. Generate getter setter of this one. Okay. So the address is totally solved, and now we have the card. For the card, you will have to go inside your package, and you will have a new class. So let's say it's Lab1. And how do you write the card? You have two types. So being of two types, you will have to add word. Yeah, so it's a public class. So, okay, what does a card have? Every card has. It has the IBAN and the amount. So because you have a minus, it means that it is private. If it is a plus, it means that it's a public. And whether it's a hashtag, it's protected. Such that you have a private string IBAN, and you have a private int amount. And now, being here, do you place the constructor here or not? You should be adding also the constructor here, because for the debit card and the credit card, you will be using super. Also the getters and setters. How to write method withdraw? Withdraw is a public method. You want to take away money. So what do you write firstly? You have a plus, so when you have something like plus, you have withdraw, you have of type int of void. It means that you will have firstly the plus, so it is a public. Then withdraw is of two types, and it's different for credit card and debit card. So it's a public abstract void, the return type, it's a withdraw, and you have an int of sum. And always you put the semicolon. So you never put the content of the block, you just write B1. Oh, the logic behind abstract method inside the abstract class. And always all the methods inside the abstract class, also they are abstract too. Okay. Then it means that you will have the debit card. Lab1. What do you write for the debit card? It's a subtype of card, so what do you put? You will have the extents of card. And what you can see here is that is the card inside the same class. And you will have to go here and to implement the methods. Okay. As well as you will have to have the constructor. The constructor will be using super, so IntelliJ already writes it for you. And now what do you do with the withdraw? What do you need to check? So if this dot get amount is greater or equal than the sum that you want to take away, it means that you can use cout, and this one will have to write for you the system out print line. So the shortcut is cout. And here you will say whatever operation was done successfully. While you also need to update the amount. So how do you update an amount? How do you update the amount of debit card? You write this dot set amount of what? It is a debit card, so from this dot get amount, you need to take away the sum. Else, it means that you have again the cout, and you will have to write not enough funding. Okay. Now you will have to write the credit card. So you will have credit card. Already exists. It has lab in front. Lab1 credit card. It does again the extends. It is another subtype. Extends of card. Okay, and now it has again the bulk, saying that you have to implement the abstract methods, and you also have the constructor. What it also has is this int maximum credit. So you have a private int max credit. Inside it, what you can use is to also add here int max credit. So this dot max credit is equal to max credit. So you withdraw from this credit card. You can add amount, but you cannot exceed the maximum sum. So this dot get amount plus sum is less or equal than max credit, then you have this dot set amount as being this dot get amount plus sum, and you also have a message whatever operation was done successfully. Else not enough money, or whatever the threshold was exceeded, the maximum threshold of that gets credit good. And now this is the time when you can finally write the client. So you will have the new Java class, lab1 of client, and my client has a private string name, has a private Gregorian calendar of birthday, has a private string CNP. Because of the error, you have an object of type address. So it's a private address age. And you have multiple cards. So you will have to write it as a private list of card. You store inside the list objects of type card. You have it cards being a new array list like this. And you need to go here above and to import it. And should import Java util. Okay. What you can do is to put a star here and you won't have any headaches. Okay. Then you can go to generate. You have the constructor with the, you can have multiple. Generate constructor with duck, and getter setters. Oops. Generate getter setter, duck. Okay. Now, what we need is to add a card. So it is with a plus add card of C of card boolean. It means that you have a public boolean. So you have the accessibility, you have the return type, and then the name of the method. Like accessibility. So whether it's public, private, okay. Then you have return type, method name. Okay, and params. So it is a public boolean add card of card C, meaning that my list of cards will have the card C added. And being boolean, it has a maximum indefinite capacity, so it will return true. What you can do here, you can put a private int max size, let's say it's 10, and you can, instead of this one, ask if this dot cards dot size is less than this dot max size, then you can have this dot cards head of card C and return true. Else it means that you have exceeded the capacity, so you have return of false. And you want to remove a card. So it will be a plus remove card of IBAN of card, meaning that you have a public, you return a card, the name is remove card of string IBAN, and you will have an object of card C, which is null, firstly, and you will return this card C. You need to go through all the cards, meaning that you will have a card C from my cards, and you will ask if C.get IBAN. IBAN is a string, so you always compare it with equals ignore case. So always compare strings with the method equals ignore case, because you can write it with uppercase, lowercase inside, and it's a human error. So whether it's equal to IBAN, no matter the case, it means that yeah, I have C, so let's say it's CC from cards, because it's the same name of the object. Okay, so the object for which I'm searching is in fact my CC, which I did reach. Okay, and that's it. Okay, and now let's have the main public void name string args. Means that I need to have first an address. Address A is equal to new address of. And it should have several types, but it's in fact lab1 of address. What is the same thing written? Let's see. One of address and lab1 of address for the arguments. Lab1 of address. Okay, it's in fact this one with street name number. Okay, so it is the city. As you can see, IntelliJ already writes it for you, so it will be a number. A number is a, let's say like this one, an int and a string, polytechnic. And I need to close it. Okay. Then I will have my card, lab1 of debit card. ABC, it's new lab1 debit card of IBAN, with row, whatever, and an amount. Then I have lab1 credit card. PC new lab1 credit card of IBAN. Maximum credit, whatever, 3,000. Then I have a person. I'm inside lab1 client as being my client C equals to new client of. And my client is over here. So we have a name. Now we have the Gregorian calendar, new Gregorian calendar of, and we have the one with. So as you can see, it says for you that you have the year, month, day of month, starting from the month 0. So this one 9 would be the October. And what will CNP for 1980909, whatever. I know that I also have the address. The address is A. Okay. It's not the same. Because it's of type lab1 address. Okay. What's the problem? It's not this way. Should be this one. Same. Or you can put it here. So CNP as being CNP. It's not CNP. CNP. It's with uppercase. Okay, uppercase. Okay, address A. Okay, because this is with lab1 of address. Okay. So, or you do it like this, or you have the address A. What's required type of address? This dot A. No, it's okay. You can also have the c.set address as being A. Lab1A, Lab1A. Required type address provided, change. Okay. And now this one is the same. Because I have the previous one. More actions, change signature to this one. It is this one. Require type, Lab1 client. Yeah. Because of the previous project. And now it's okay. Yay! Okay, good. And this one is again with Lab1. Good. Okay. And I have to set cards. Okay. I will have a list. C.cards.add of my card of debit card. C.cards of add of credit card. Okay. And let's see. I will want to have a system out of C. Not because it uses the client. Looks inside the driver. I need to delete it. Bye bye. And now let's see this one and also the others. Not to be inferred. Bye bye. Leave it anyway. This is a Lab1C because of the duplicates. Okay. Of the previous one. So it's always the class that you currently use. Set of Lab1 of Lab1. Okay. Lab1. Debit card provided. Of type card. This is okay. It is of both types. Card is abstract card. Alright. Cannot find. And here it's again. Yeah, it was propagated from the previous project. Okay, client. Okay, then I can have my client C dot B dot withdraw, and let's say it's 2020. And if I run it, it will display the amount that it can do it. But if I write a larger sum than 1,000, then it has an error. And do is for my card C in C.cards, I can display for my card C. It's again Lab1. C dot get amount. It has as of the attribute which was already used. And then I would want for my client dot cards. I can remove card of IBAN. And let's say it's this one. Well, I can get, let's say, of IBAN, and after removing it, okay. Even here you can say that the card was successfully removed. Good. So we have these two. We have, okay, remove card, we did select it. And for deleting it, I will have this dot remove of my object. You see, if you do not use the remove function, you will have it twice. It was just found, but it wasn't removed from the list. So now when you do it, it will disappear and you have just one card. And don't forget that if you don't put the get amount, you will have just the address of the object. So here you will see that you have the credit card with @ What you should do also for the second problem. All right, so I will simply stop the recording.